Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. Yesterday, Rob from RNG Games put out a video talking about whether TCG Direct is right for you as a singles seller, whether you should upgrade your account on TCG to sell through the Direct program. And I think he pretty much got everything right. And I just wanted to elaborate on my perspective as what Rob called kind of the recreational seller. And definitely, I do not rely on Final Trade to pay my bills or feed my family. And so, to that extent, at this point, Final Trade is kind of a recreational project for me, though I'm always trying to grow it into something I could do full time. And in that context, I converted over to the Direct program about 6 months ago now. And overall, I've been very happy with it. Now, there are some things that really change drastically when you switch to the Direct program. And if you're that small recreational seller like I was and still am, and you're literally doing this out of your bedroom, then you need to take these things into account. So the first one, like Rob said, your volume goes nuts. Just your sales volume goes crazy. And I mean, you'll think something's wrong when you first get converted over to Direct and you see just scores of sales every minute at the initial outset of it, because you have so much good inventory that's sitting there ready to sell. Your inventory is so rich when you first convert over. And so right at the beginning, you just get sales like nuts, and you can't believe it. So it slows down as you thin your inventory out, of course, but anytime you add new inventory up on the TCG player, you're going to see an initial wave like that again, where the amount of volume that is sold through TCG player is just unfathomable to us as individual buyers or individual sellers. It's really hard for us to appreciate the number of cards that TCG player moves every day. And so that little bit of those sales that come through to you as a direct seller are still pretty large, and they're way larger than when you're non-direct. The second thing is, TCG Direct as a seller, it will absolutely destroy your inventory. Like literally any card over 25 cents is going to sell. And the reality is, if a card is, say it's over $1 market price on TCG Player, it's over $1 because it's a desirable card. The market is telling you it's desirable. But even down to about 25 cents, you can expect to sell pretty much all of those cards on a reasonable timeline. Now, things that are, say, $10 and above, you're going to sell those very quickly. Say $3 to $10, which is one bucket that I watch a lot. Yeah, you're going to sell those really quickly and on downwards. But all the way down to 25-cent market price, you can pretty much expect to sell that card eventually. The fees go way up. Before I was direct, my actual effective fee rate was about 20-21%, somewhere around there. And when I went to direct, the effective fee rate is about 31%. So the fees go way up, but you're getting a deal. I mean, TCG Player is getting you to lump in your inventory on sales with other dealers all around the country, sell them all at once to a buyer who then only has to pay one shipping fee or is subscribed to the Infinite service and gets it through that way. So it really encourages many, many, many more sales. It pushes them through and it pushes the volume. And so the fees do not matter. You know, you will make so much more money on the increased volume. Now, when the fees go up, that means finding profitable inventory is much, much harder. And that's a problem I've had since I joined. And, you know, now that we're in, late February, we can very confidently look backwards at Black Friday and we can say, yes, Black Friday was the bottom of the market and it's bounced significantly since then. But the downside of that is there are not so many card stores willing to sell sealed product at a loss as there have been these last 2 years. And over the last 2 years, I've bought almost everything below wholesale costs. And so those kind of opportunities are going away now. And, you know, overprinted product is being chewed through by the market and drying up. And so when your fee goes from 20% to 31%, suddenly boxes that were profitable and worth your time to open before when you were non-direct are no longer either worth your time or maybe not profitable at all. And so it reduces the number of boxes you can find. And then we've had that market bounce also that further constrains it. And so that's kind of changed my behavior since I've gone direct. What I've had to start doing is when I find a good deal, now I order a minimum of 36 boxes. And, I'm about to start in the near future, I'll probably start ordering more than that. 36 is kind of to the point where it starts to become dizzying, the volume of cards that you're sorting. But, with when you're not really sure when you're going to have good access to sealed product again, you have to go ahead and strike while the iron is hot and buy a large chunk of boxes. And so if you're not willing to lay out, $3,000 for 36 boxes and willing to wait a month between paying that money out to order the boxes, getting them shipped to you, opening, sorting, listing, selling, picking, packing, shipping, and then getting paid by TCG Player, if you can't wait that 1 month turnaround with that kind of capital laid out, then you need to kind of rethink this. You need to imagine, how much can you put into this if you can't find enough product, if you can't consistently find product. Now, of course, you can buy any one of the large number of buyers club group subscriptions that are out there. There's tons of them out there, and most of them just have some type of variation on paying a monthly fee and getting something closer to wholesale prices. I've resisted joining those for a long time because, like I said, for the last 2 years, I've bought almost everything under wholesale price just through eBay, through TCG Player, through bonus buck sales. And again, that's coming to an end. So at some point here, I'm either going to have to join one of those groups, or I'm going to have ongoing increasing difficulty finding sealed product to open profitably. So you kind of have some choices. If you're that small recreational dealer like I was 6 months ago, and you're non-direct and you're thinking, is direct right for me? Your choices are stay non-direct, okay? You'll sell slower, but you'll have lower fees. You'll have an easier time finding sealed product because those lower fees means that a greater amount of the product out there in the market can be opened and sold profitably by you. So you could just stay non-direct, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or you could do one of two other things. You could do what I would call going direct small, which is basically go direct. Your inventory will get absolutely savaged by the market buying it all up, and then you may just struggle to have reasonable resupplies of inventory from time to time. You can do that, or you can do what I'm attempting to do, which I would say is kind of going direct large as opposed to going direct small, and you join direct, you sell through your inventory, but when you see those opportunities to buy boxes, you start buying 6, 8, 10 cases of cards at a time and just doing huge sorting operations to get them listed. And it will really change your behavior of how you're doing it. I've gotten to the point where now I'll open, let's say I'm opening 36 more boxes of Baldur's Gate. I'll open those up and I'll thumb through all the rares and mythics, and I'll drop out all the ones that are, say, $10 plus, and I'll list those immediately. And then I'll go through and list the rest of the rares and mythics. And then I might sort through the commons and pull out, Nature's Lore and Deadly Dispute and a couple of the other dollar plus commons, yank all those out, list them up. And so instead of sorting everything and then listing everything, you kind of get to this point where the volumes of cards that you're dealing with are so large that, well, you probably need to pull some of them out, go ahead and get them listed, get them sold so you can ship them off so they can be received, they can be cataloged in by the direct program. You can get your payment released, the bank transfer will start, and you can get the money turned back around into your pocket to use it again. So you have to start thinking about how your business processes will change and how that's going to affect you. So, right now I'm kind of in that purgatory state where I'm still occasionally finding really good deals between eBay, TCG Player, other sources to buy 6, 8, 10 cases of cards at a time, put them into the direct program and turn the money around. But it's not nearly as easy as it was both 6 months ago before the market bottomed and before I was a direct seller. So keep those things in mind. I think Rob did a good job laying out things from his perspective as a card store owner and a large seller. I mean, I can't imagine a situation where you could own a card store and be in the singles selling business on TCG Player and it would not be beneficial to be in direct. I can't imagine what that situation would look like. But so let me know what you think, guys. I thought it was a really good video. There will be some links up to it down below or maybe up here or somewhere. Let me know what you think. Thanks everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.